Welcome to Faith Groups for Lent 2022. We've been doing this ministry of small group ministry for 7 years now, only that the last couple of years we had to adapt to the pandemic. This time we're doing what we've done the last couple of years, which is to prepare the video message that we always send along with a guide with some questions. We hope some people will meet in groups. We have a group for sure meeting in person on Mondays, another group meeting by Zoom, but maybe families can do this, couples, maybe more groups. The idea is to go deeper into the message that is preached at Mass. And one of the novelties this year is that instead of starting with the first Sunday in Lent, we are beginning with Ash Wednesday. We are beginning a week before because it's important to capture the beginning of the season. The Greeks had a way to look at time, a little different than ours. There is the chronos, which is the Greek word that indicates the normal passing of time, and then there is kairos. Kairos means time, as this is the time of opportunity. And I believe this is what we do during Lent. We mark this time. We are very intentional about beginning these 40 days of Lent, actually 46 if you count the Sundays, right? To prepare for what we celebrate, the death, the Paschal mystery, the death and the resurrection of Jesus. In the gospel that we read on Ash Wednesday, it's always the same gospel. It's part of the Sermon in the Mount in Matthew, and Jesus gives us the three observances, traditional observances of Lent: prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, with the idea that they will help us to transform ourselves. We have to avoid to make it look like we are just doing New Year resolutions a little later, right? The idea is to make sure that we experience the kind of transformation that when people come and we impose the ashes, repent, change, which means that, and believe in the gospel, to make sure it's like a spiritual reset. We are pressing that reset button in our faith and try to make room for what we will celebrate later with Holy Week and the Passion of Jesus Christ, his death, and especially his resurrection. You may have heard the homily already. Prayer. When Jesus speaks about prayer, we tend to think of prayer when we are doing prayer of intercession for others, and there are so many things to pray for these days. We've received some bad news from some of our parishioners. There is the whole situation in the Ukraine. This is an important prayer, but the prayer described in today's gospel in Ash Wednesday is that prayer to find time for ourselves in silence, in conversation with God the Father. Beautiful. It would be, we are creatures of habit, so it would be great that this time, this intentional time, this kairos time of Lent, that we would schedule prayer, that we would make sure that we find some time for this silent prayer that we are supposed to accomplish. Then the fasting, and we've discussed this many times. We traditionally want to give something up during Lent as a symbol of the deeper transformation that happens inside. So yes, we are inviting you to give something up, and we'll ask you to discuss amongst yourself, what are you giving up? Some people give chocolate, some people give up alcohol, but also we may need, what we have said many times, to give up something else deeper than that. So yes, we give up something material precisely or especially because the almsgiving comes from there, from the money we save from this one thing or two things that we give up. But ask somebody who loves you what you should give up, and they will not say chocolate. I heard Bishop Skelba saying this once. And we prepared this year a card with this image of desert for Lent, helping, maybe, if it's helpful for you to write down what you are going to give up in material terms and what you are going to give up in a more spiritual or habit or behavioral way. Many people are considering giving up on social media or spending so much time on our phones or too much entertainment. Who knows what that may be, but ask someone who cares for you, who loves you, and they will be probably very able to tell you what that should be. What else? To emphasize that today is the beginning of a journey. We are not at the end of the journey. We're starting the journey. Repent and believe in the gospel. Let's rediscover in this beautiful penitential season. What does it mean to be a Christian? It's about making room, emptying ourselves of this constant temptation of the self to place ourselves in the middle of our universe, of our needs, to think about ourselves so often and before we think about anything or anybody else. And that's the idea of Lent. Penitential but joyful. If you look at the readings in Ash Wednesday, to the first reading, the prophet is reminding us that this is something we do together in community, that the whole assembly was gathered to celebrate this penance. Then you see the second reading, an acceptable time, a kairos, a time of opportunity. This is intentionally, we are setting ourselves to begin this beautiful journey of Lent. And then the gospel, these observances that we have to fill up with meaning. The church offers a lot of symbology in this and any other season, and it's up to us to fill it up with real meaning. That's the invitation of Lent. You will see that this video comes with a guide, with some questions we have prepared to facilitate discussion amongst you. Maybe you're doing this by yourself, but maybe with a group, or maybe with your spouse, or maybe with your family. That would be great. Let us know how you are doing. And the next video, first Sunday in Lent, will be posted on Sunday afternoon. The idea is that you will be able to hear what we propose in the homily, and then this video hopefully will go a little deeper into the meaning of that. Thank you, and see you soon. Happy Lent. Bye.